Ladies and gentlemen, girls and boys, grand finals, the first tournament of 2025. We are here. 184 maps played, consolidated across all players, 4,000 kills, an average of 7 points on objectives. We are finally here, the grand final. We've seen so much in this year already, so many fresh faces, the return of the old faces as well, and what a return it has been. It's the two mighty teams from the old era matching up, the Grand Derby, the greatest of the greatest derby, now in 2025. With me in the comm box to see history happen all over again, we've got one big quarter of the old dynasty, Khan. And with that, we also have the breaker of hearts, the masters of disappointment, a duo, the greatest duo that we've seen in the last year, Astrum and Ark. Welcome, boys, welcome.
Thank you for having us in Sharpay. There couldn't be a better way to spend a nice and shiny Saturday afternoon than being here with all of you great people.
Thank you, Ishabra, again for having me for what, like the 4th stream in a row, I guess. Yeah, maybe I should be a permanent member in the comm box, but anyways, excited for a great grand finals.
Yep. Thank you, Shagbhai. Welcome, viewers. Hopefully this will be an exciting one. I'm excited to be a part of the comm box here for an old school matchup that excites the COD fans of Bangladesh for sure. AxG versus Team MYST. AxG, ABD, you know, same lineup, a lot of the same old faces. So don't let the names fool you. This is a rivalry that's been going on since BO3, BO4 maybe. So, you know, a good 7-8 years in the making as we get ready to start map 1.
Well, we start with Bolt, a crazy affair of a hardpoint map. This map usually is very intense. You'll see a lot of trades, you'll see a lot of gunfights, just in the mix, you know, too much action. And what are your thoughts, Astrum, on this interesting matchup?
I think it's going to be a very competitive matchup, given that both teams have performed really well throughout the entire competition. So I'm excited. I'm excited to see what the teams do and what each individual does for the team.
Yeah, absolutely. And we start off with the P1 here. A good hold so far. A mixy affair P1 usually. You definitely want to set up for the P2 spawns. And we see so far, it looks like Team MYST has the preferred side of the spawns, as we see number 44, Prodigy, as usual, going for the flip, doing the dirty work for his team. Should secure spawns, and there we go, he does. So a good chunk of P1 time here, as well as a setup for P2. Let's see if they can hold from this point.
And as we saw it, it was a clean 4 down, and it's up to MYST to like break the hold by AxG. But unfortunately, there's 2 people down by AxG, and number 4 and number 3 spawn out, which is a very mixy affair for AxG right now. And I think Kalikson, it's up to him to like get the spawns back, but he gets taken down, and again, it's a break at the back. Yeah, we're seeing a showdown at P2.
Yep, right now, MYST have the better control of the P2. AxG are trying to flood in, but they're not being able to. But
as we see that Prodigy with
goes
a
out and
huge
takes a
3. Oh my god, this man Prodigy, he has been in phenomenal form for this tournament, I must say. One of the star players, and has having a great tournament so far. He missed out on the first game against MYST, I believe. No, actually, he missed out on the game against us. But yeah, an even match so far. I think a lot of people would have said that MYST were gonna, steamroll this grand finals, boys. But I think I'm really excited to see the game be so close. And I put
But
a
as
4
we
down.
say,
The
it's
commentator's
it's
curse.
a 4 down. Yeah, it's funny as you say it, but AxG they're battling it out because it's the scores are pretty even. Knowing MYST, they usually have a good hold on hard points and like they try to take the early lead. But as I say it, like AxG they come back strong and they get a 3-piece. There's gonna be a mixy fight. It's a trade fest at the P1 point and it's a spawn out for MYST. I believe it's gonna be a rumble for the spawns at P4, but I think AxG has got a pretty good control. But 6 manages to slip through, and Yidog ends up with the trade. It's interesting play by 6, though, I would say, programmer router. He's been the talk of this entire tournament, this entire like kickoff. So it's I'm just hoping to see a phenomenal showdown by him.
And Prodigy yet again. Sorry, Ashton, but Prodigy yet again fighting for these back spawns, and he's doing it solo for his team. Go ahead, Ashton.
Yeah, Prodigy's having a phenomenal match up till now. He's doing everything. He's going for the spawns, getting constant 2 pieces, 3 pieces. This guy's the player to watch.
Commentator's curse
MYST
yet again.
MYST breaks it again. It's I find it very interesting. Like as you see, like whenever AxG they do something in the map, it's always like an individual star play. But whereas MYST, it's always like a team game. It's very interesting. Honestly, I feel like that's the story of the grand finals right now. It's because if it's all up to like individual star, the star plays that the star makes, like Prodigy is doing right now for his team. And it's the team game by MYST that is like basically the difference maker. So it's I'm hoping for a showdown in this entire grand finals. Yeah, and as I say it, MYST probably with a good hold on P2, but there's a split spawn at the back of P2.
P1.
Interesting gameplay again by MYST. They just gave up bombs at the back. They'll eventually have to like fight for it. So yes.
As we talk about that, we see the shining star of this kickoff tournament, Pro Gamer Router, otherwise known as Shaib. He is back to the scene after a solid 4 or 5 years, and it's like he's never left. This guy is just starting to heat up right now. Map 1 of the grand finals, 19, 20, and 12 starts so far. Really starting to do it all and take over for his team. When he starts going, ladies and gentlemen, viewers, it is very difficult to keep up with. And as we say that, MYST starting to build up a significant lead, goes up about 70 points now.
I think that is basically what's happening right now, is because the MYST team game, as you see, Anaf Khan, even though AxG they've broken it, but like MYST's team game, they just like coordinate with determination that like what, we're gonna move as a team, we're gonna move like a truck, and it's as you can see, like it's too much for AxG, and they just broken the hill with Valor getting the time of P2, but Khaled getting the trade. But then again, 6 versus 3, and 6 wins it. And 6 wins another one. This is interesting gameplay again. It's Shaib at the end of the winning barrel. It's this guy. This guy keeps winning his gunfights, which is very interesting to see, because he's such a star talent. I feel like this entire grand finals is about like who's gonna show up, and who's gonna like make those plays that basically cements you in like history, in the CTBL history. And as you see it, it's a slugfest for P3.
Good shots from Yidog though. Yeah, great shots from Yidog there to secure some time, and that's a staggered 4 down for AxG, hoping to make some sort of a comeback here. They're down about 60 points. It is interesting. I think they had a different strategy while they were, preparing for this game. So I'm surprised to see this map 1 go through in the vetoes. Anyways, as we say that, the pillar of Team MYST, NBK Yami, gets a huge 2-piece to secure his team's P4 spawns, and we see on the minimap number 5, number 8, and number 7. What a setup that is! Really spreading apart the map, making sure they have all their lanes covered. But yet again, it's number 44 Prodigy behind enemy lines, making life difficult for Team MYST here. The only player who seems to be trying to play for the win. I mean, we see on the stats, ZDog is having a great map, Kalixan a little slow, and El Phenomenon, otherwise known as Reich, best in PD Reich, as a lot of people like to say. Struggling 15 and 21, even though he has the PC buff. But yeah, struggling a little bit right now, you know. Struggling to keep up the pace as we see Septic clear up the hill again. Asham, what are your thoughts so far?
Yeah,
Big Yamin. Just too good, man. My friend right there, Big Yamin. Great player. Kalixan team kills Reich, best in PD Reich, and tries to break the hill. Gets the help from his teammate for the 10 seconds, and they will get the scrap time. Sorry, Asham, I asked you to speak and then just did not stop talking.
No, that's totally fine. Yeah, as we saw in P4, the kill time was like, it was a mixture between both teams. Both got flipped out, both spawned in, so it was kind of a rumble inside P4. But as we move to P1, we can see that AxG have the spawns for P2, which is preferable for them. But we can see that MYST are flooding through P1 and trying to flip, and I think which they already have. They have made AxG spawn up.
Yeah, and Team MYST does this very well time after time after time. Every hill, every chance they get, they are always making the right play. They're taking the right routes. They're taking their time, it seems like, you know, to set themselves up for the long run, for the success for the money hills. We see them yet again trying to play for the P2 spawns initially, but they do get flipped out, and look at that. At the perfect time, they get a clean wipe of the map, and spawns out number 44, the biggest playmaker, Prodigy.
You know, as I see it, like, you know, every hill has been like, you know, a mixy affair. Like, it's been like trades, gunfights, and everything. But like, as you see, like MYST, they just have, you know, they were at the better end of those gunfights because they got the points on the board. And as I see it, I feel like AxG, they're more spread out. They're not playing so much as a team, even though it's a four-man's game. And like, I just see me number 44 trying to play for spawns and everything. I feel like there's this disconnect in between with his other teammates, and I feel like that is something that you should work on. I don't wanna jinx it, but like, as I see it, MYST is like basically running away with this map. And you know, Anaf, you've been in these grand finals, you've been in so many competitions, and you've won so many. Do you really think that AxG, with the way they're playing right now, they're pulling up a good fight against MYST? Because MYST over here, they just seem like they're here to play, they're here to win. But AxG, as I see it, they just I feel this very disconnect, and you know, there's the lack of.
Yeah, I think you know, at such a high level of competition, you definitely don't want to start off slow, especially on a grand finals. I think some of the AxG team members started a little slow, as we see El Phenomenon right trying to take over for his team. Finally, some P3 control. Kalixan and Reich both started a little slow. And Prodigy, you know, he's always going to try and get those high engagements, although I think for map 1 he's been caught sprinting a little bit more every time we've seen him. He's been kind of on the run trying to put some pressure on. So ZDog, you know, he's always a solid player, he's having a good map, but as we say that, Team MYST total control over this P3, and they are looking to build up the map right here.
Yeah, El Phenomenon with a huge kill on SSG, and he gets a side kill on like Yamin, which was like the most important kill, because Yamin, he was basically running them down on that hill. And it's a mixy affair again. Valor wins that gunfight, but Kalixan with a cleanup. Do they get the back spawns? Hopefully, I reckon they do too. But
number 8, Yamin.
Number 8, he slips through. I think he's blocking the spawns, and they don't read that. And that is basically the biggest changer that they could have not wanted AxG. They just missed it, and Prodigy gets taken out, and I think it's a clean hold by MYST. I think MYST is gonna take game 1. Unfortunate for AxG. MYST, they're here to play.
Take nothing away from these AxG guys. It might have been a slow start in map 1, but to come up, consolidate 2 different teams, 2 different mindsets into one team, and then topple the strongest team in this in the community and then get to grand finals, that's a bit of a journey, and I think all props to them. It has been a slow start to this massive grind final, but we go into map 2 with all to still play for. MYST continuing on their success, being prolific, being strong. They take map 1 rather convincingly with a 100-point club, if my maths is
Yeah,
correct.
sorry to interject, but no, it's not 100-point club, but Shaib got 46 in map 1 of grand finals. This guy is the MVP frontrunner for a reason.
We are going into Hacienda map 2. Please stay with us as we get the lobbies ready. Thoughts on how that map went, guys?
Yeah, I mean, at times it was a very close affair, Ishak bhai. I think the game was really tight to a certain extent, but I think at some point, Sharif, the MVP candidate, the frontrunner for the MVP candidate, just took over, had flashes of brilliance, was making the right plays, playing for the spawns, and kind of popping off at the correct time to pull his team ahead, and they end up winning by a significant margin of 100 points. But I think the game is not over yet, Ishak bhai. I think the Search and Destroy is any team's game, and I think the last time that these two teams matched up, AxG was able to win that map 2 Search and Destroy. So I think they'll be looking to do something similar right here, and level up the score 1-1. I think it's not game over yet, and we have a long series ahead of us.
Alright, we're going into map 2. Search and Destroy. Hacienda. A lot of Haciendas this series. Thoughts on that?
Considering Hacienda was a BO4 map, I feel like a lot of the pros over here, they're more familiar with the map, and I feel like Hacienda is one of those maps that is very competitive in the sense that it's very balanced out. It's usually not one of those bad maps of BO6 where unfortunately spawns are pretty erratic and everything. I feel like pros are more inclined to play this map. That's probably why it gets picked so many times in this entire Kickoffs. Yeah, basically I think it's a very good competitive map, and yeah, it's pretty well balanced. Yeah, that's probably why. That's your answer, Inshak.
All right, map 2, Search and Destroy. Here we go. We know AxG thrives in this map, and this is where they look to bring it back. This is where they look to get that spirit back and take on that momentum and take it away from MYST. Looking forward to it. Here we go. Take us away, Akan.
Well, an interesting push by AxG. They've all decided to all four of them go rock, and it's gonna be a heady fight. But yeah, they with a good trade fest, but Septic T comes out on top. And Sharif gets another piece on Yi-Dog, and it's all up to Kalexan. Unfortunately, the plan didn't pan out well for AxG. It's interesting for AxG to just, put all their eggs in one basket and just go for the rock push. But, in those misky situations, it's all up to, winning your gunfights, which, unfortunately for AxG, they didn't. It's all up to Kalexan. And he's in a 1v3 situation, but knowing this guy, he's a difference maker. He has clutched some 1v3s in the past, so you can't just count him out. Kalexan, Mia's just not giving Kalexan anything at this point. It's becoming more and more difficult for Kalexan to clutch this one, but and miss with the first round. Again, interesting play by AxG. They just decided to like all go rock, which is a very unconventional method. But if it worked out for them, I wouldn't have to eat my words. But Septi with a 2-piece.
Guys, if it wasn't Ramadan, I would say we could play a drinking game. As to, I mean, with how many times Ark is saying something's interesting, I think we could have all gotten pretty messed up.
In his humble opinion.
I should definitely improve my vocabulary.
Game is interesting.
I should definitely improve my vocabulary. But as round 2 starts, and Sharib again push, but whoa, huge kill on Prodigy, and Raik with a good trade on Sharif, and he ends up picking up Valor, and another misky fight, and Septic T gets Raik. It's a 2v2 situation, bomb is down. The two AxG players just sticking together. It's a smart play because they know bomb is down, and they're basically like trying to make sure that they don't get to the bomb. It's all up to like Yamin and Septic T trying to like pick up where unfortunately their teams not being able to pick up from. Will they read the... No, they didn't read Yi-Dog. It's a 1v1 situation. And
No way! MYST! This is where they thrive. This is where they're so good. That double team, the immediate chow, the immediate trade, and then to follow it up, drills down on Kalexan, who was posing to die. What a round there by MYST. This is why they deserve to be here just as much as AxG, and they're showing how they thrive.
Well, that was...
I'm not sure if that was the ideal play from Kalexan, diving in front of an SMG with an AR.
To be fair, they were just not covering each other. That's it. They were just not covering each other. Whereas MYST, they were just stuck together. They knew that the trade would come.
Seems like AxG is going for the same push again. Not pushing rock, but this time 2 of them went rock and 2 dropped down from open.
Big by Valor! Nasty plays! Oh, but he's dead. My bad.
And it's down to a 1v1.
A 1v1.
E-Dog and Router. And E-Dog comes out on top.
That was good from AxG. Valor made a huge play there. He opened up things for MYST, but a solid return by AxG. They take the 3rd round and keep things alive for them.
After the complete fumble in the first attack round, they tried something different. They went for B again, but this time 2 of them pushed out from open, which it seems like worked out for them.
And again, it's Prodigy up to, he's trying to like make sure he's trying to wheel his team to the victory. But unfortunately, it's not working out for them so far. And Programmer Router gets the kill on Prodigy. As I say, it is the commentator's curse. Unfortunate. But I feel like it's a B plan, and I don't think E-Dog, he's gonna try to go up front. I think he's trying to wait it out. And as I say it, a huge kill on Raik by Sharib. It's up to like E-Dog and Kalexan to clutch up a 2v4 with the bomb down. I don't see it in their favor much, but I want to see how they play it out.
And in the we just got info that someone is in top office. And that's the round.
Yeah, it's a clean sweep by MYST. They just look too good. They're just holding their angles. They're not trying to do something special. It's a very compelling play by MYST. And you know, as I see it, it's they're on the lead. They're in the run to win the S&D map, and like you know, the way they're playing, they kind of deserve it. It's a 3-1
The teamwork by
situation.
MYST. You continue, Arga.
Yeah, you continue. Yeah.
Yeah, as I was saying, the teamwork by MYST is phenomenal. They're always there for the trades, watching each other's back. Like, there's no way they're letting anyone just sneak up on them and get a piece without getting traded.
Yeah, I kind of agree. Like you know, the way MYST are playing, they're like a well-oiled machine. And as I said, Valor gets a huge kill, first blood, but Raik, well, trading up, evening up the lives. 3v3 situation with Yamin, too desperate to get the kill, but Router on a good trade by Kalexan. But then Router trades Kalexan. I don't know what a mixy affair this is. It's just you know the gunfights are everywhere, and I'm sorry viewers for not catching up with the action, but. A huge kill on Router. AxG with a 2v2. They leveled around on the. I'm sorry. You know the gunfight and everything is just like mess. Like I'm confused as well. You know, viewers. I'm sorry. Yeah, I'm you know slip off.
Our dear friend has definitely tweaked Arc today with the drinking game call up.
I did. Too much action to follow up. I'm literally like my tongue is slipping, my brain is melting at this point. What a showcase by you know these two teams. They're definitely giving us a show. Yes. I'm sorry viewers again for the slip up. My bad. And it seems like a rock push at a B push, and AxG like again very weird play because they just gave up on B, and Pro Gamer Router, he gets a kill on Reich, a very important kill. It's a 3v4 situation. MYST has total control on Rock, but Kalexan and Gizo, they make it a 2v. Oh, it's
huge
a 2v1.
by
As
Prodigy.
I said, I can't even keep up with the action.
It's a 1v1 now.
Situation.
Bomb is down. I'm trying to get to the right player. I can't. And I do apologize, viewers. If you can see the player cards on the podcasting screen, they are glitched, so it is hard to scroll into the players because their numbers are glitched. But that was a very good passage of play by both teams. AxG really trying to break through, trying to get some momentum on that bomb side, but MYST really playing it tight, really playing it close to that rock side, trying to not make sure that AxG cannot break through and get close to the bomb. Both teams were shouldering through and trying to get information around where they're coming from. As soon as the split happened, AxG did manage to get some good kills. It was a 1v1, but the Gunslay made the ultimate call on who wins that round, and it goes to MYST.
A very weird play. They just decided to leave bomb, and number 3, Kalexan, decided to go back and hit the bomb. A funny passage of play, but you know, I feel like it worked out for them because of the first blood on Yamin. But will Prodigy get the trade? No, he doesn't. He does get it. So my bad, viewers. Again, like too much action going on. I'm missing out much of the plays. It's a 2v3 situation. But Septic T makes it 2v2. Again, he catches Reich just, you know, doing absolutely nothing in the map. And it's a 2v2 situation.
Prodigy going back for the bomb, and now they're making their way towards A, as it seems. Pro Gamer Router. This guy.
Huge timing.
They caught both
huge
of them
timing
off
by
guard.
Pro Gamer there.
The MVP candidate, he just reads it right. He read the A plan, he read it, and he just pounced at it because he trusted his gunny, and he went and got the important 2-piece. What a clutch by Pro Gamer Router. This kid, he is a phenomenon. He is a phenomenon. I feel like Reich should do the honors and give his name to Pro Gamer Router because this kid, he's been doing it all this entire tournament.
It'll be interesting to see how MYST sets this up. They've gone A, whereas AxG highly over leveraged on the B bomb, and now AxG looking to pull things back and get their positionings back on A side. It's a 3v3.
And
Alex, I'm
it's,
trying
as
to
you
put
say,
something
it's
on.
a 3v2 situation. Too many people, too many gunfights. It's hard to catch up with the action. And Programmer Router again, and with a huge kill on Kalexan. It's all up to Reich with his new PC. Trying his level best to clutch up the round, but he unfortunately fails to read it. Miss with a round win, miss with a map win. Pro Gamer Router, again, what a showcase by this guy. True MVP candidate. Well, the clear frontrunner of the MVP. Well, as I said, he potentially could be the MVP of the tournament if Miss ends up winning the grand finals. And you know, this guy, 16-3, unbelievable. First great map win. Map 1 win by MYST. He dropped 46. Now he dropped 16. This kid, untouchable at this point.
Yeah,
We
at
go
this
into map
point,
3. Go ahead, Astram.
sorry,
Go
you
ahead.
should continue. Okay,
No,
thank
no,
you.
you
At
go.
this point, AxG doesn't seem to be coping up with MYST's pace. Because they're just coming out on top, like every single time. Like even on the hard point, as we saw, the scoreboard for AxG didn't seem bad, but their teamwork wasn't as great as MYST. And even in the S&D, as we saw, like they weren't doing bad individually, but then again, MYST teamwork is so good that they always get the trades, like doubles up on a single guy, and they're just so good at it.
All right. With that said, MYST.
I just want to interject and with this quick statistic real quick. I think Sharib finished that map 14 with 14 kills, and he had 46 on the first one. So this guy just dropped 60 kills on the first 2 maps of the grand finals. So yeah, that should let everybody know the pace that he's setting for these grand finals.
That's actually more than what Kenny dropped yesterday against LA Thieves. And that was, you know, an entire series. So yeah, this optic, call up Sharib, I don't know.
Kenny dropped 16 in the whole series. Shaib dropped 60 in 2 maps. You can't compare the two.
Oh, Kenny getting shade
16.
even at CDPL. Unfortunate Kenny. I know you're not listening,
My bad,
but
Kenny.
unfortunate.
My bad, Kenny.
Phase up, boys, phase up.
That's right, face up.
We're getting lobbies ready for map 3 with MYST convincingly ahead. They had a bit of a shaky close call at the start of that search and destroy map with 3-2, some trades coming in, AxG playing it hard, playing it strong, but they took it away rather convincingly at the end. We're going into map 3 with all still to play for, and AxG's hopes to bring it back, pull it back, still alive. Can they do it? Can they make it worth? Who are we supporting, guys? That's a good question to ask. We'll start with Astram. Astram, who are you going for this series?
At this point, I think I'll have to go with MYST. I'll have to go with MYST. With the way they're playing, with the total dominance that they're showing, with having complete map control in and out, I have to go with MYST.
What about you, Ark?
Yeah. You know, as a commentator, I shouldn't be biased. I don't wanna put out there that like I'm supporting one team and the other. But like, you know, for one guy, I might have to like, you know, break that rule. Basically, my guy Prodigy, like I genuinely want this guy to win. I want this guy to succeed, and like, you know, my support is all for Prodigy. I hope, you know, he does something very special. He's a very special player, so I hope he does something special in the upcoming rounds. I just want this guy to like, you know, be the best player in this entire grand finals. But unfortunately, Sharib, he's not making that easy for him. So, you know, excited to see 1v1 against these two like phenomenal prodigies. So yeah, hoping for a great map 3.
Akan, you can tell us who you're going for, and then we take it away.
I'm not answering that question, Ishak bhai. For anybody who knows, I'm taking the Oikawa approach from season 3 of Haikyuu. If you know, you know. Anyways, good friend Prodigy playing on one team, good friend Yamin playing on the other team. I'm just excited to see a great match of Call of Duty.
Big two
And
piece
a
to start things
two-piece.
off.
And a three
That's a
piece.
strong start from
down, but
AxG.
do they read number 7, Septic T again? This guy he's always taking routes. He's always doing the right thing for his team. And he gets taken down by Prodigy again. Prodigy, this guy's so good. He makes the right decisions. Unfortunately, there has been a lack of team chemistry from AxG. They couldn't capitalize on much of the situation, but as I said, they take a 3-piece again. It's the commentators because I should be more negative against like AxG because like, every time I say something against them, they end up proving me wrong and they just do something very special. And with lives up, AxG looking to take B.
Right.
It's a slugfest.
Right, best in BD. He's been phenomenal in this first passage of play. He's picked up 4 kills in all 4 streak. He's the architect of them being successful in that sort of first cap on A. He managed to take very big 3 pushes across Septic and Pro Gamer in the early stages. So he's managed to get this momentum really on their end as they go into this map 3, and it's showing at the moment. And Reich's life is valuable at this stage, and his position right now is going to be all the more necessary.
Yeah,
now
the best
gets
in
taken
BD
out.
is showing us why he's the best in BD. But unfortunately, gets taken down there. Was on a 4-3. Put some great pressure on the map for this offensive round on Vault Control. We know that it usually comes down to a round 5, viewers and my commentary box partners, and so any take on B is a huge advantage for this map. And if you're AxG, you definitely want to hurry up and get one on the board. And so they're looking to win this map 3 in general.
Yeah, but I want to draw your attention, Alaf Khan, on like the situation MYST did. They were down on lives. They were like 20 and 26, but they, look at the live count now. They just like kept it up. They just like, the way they played it like a team. They double chelled everything and made sure they clear B. And now they're trying to spawn trap him. And now they cleared art control. They have art control. They cleared art, and they get another piece. Like, MYST, they're just a well-oiled machine. They're just playing like a team. There's like, it feels like all 4 of them, they're like connected to each other some way with like strings or something. I don't know. I don't know what they do. They just play like, like a one-man. It's very hard to explain. But as I said, they get AxG. They get 1 tick. They get 2 ticks actually on B. And MYST, they're trying to like clean up the kills in the 4v3 situation. Halixon at the back, and he gets taken down. It's all up to Reich with his new PC.
1v2 situation.
It's a 1v2 situation. My bad. Thank you for correcting me. It's up to Reich, trying to show off his PC skills. Coming from Xbox, it's very definitely the PC is showing off his true skills. But
Gets taken out, unfortunately. That was a good passage of play by both teams. A big comeback there by MYST, with a strong start by AxG. They were looking very impressive, but just could not hold together for that capture on B. And this passage of play where NBK was on the charge on their spawn made all the difference. Got their lives up, put MYST back into the advantage point, and they reconciled from there. And AxG had no response to that. They take the first round quite convincingly. MYST and AxG all to play for still.
I mean, I wouldn't say that was necessarily a bad offensive round to start off. They did get 4 ticks. They got 1 tick on B, so they are putting the pressure on the map. As we see MYST trying to replicate their offensive round and let's see what they can do here.
Seems like it's been a slow start for MYST. They still don't have a tick on any of the zones. Reads up.
AxG, they look like a different team right now. Like they're playing like a team. They're getting trades. They're playing well off each other. They're trying the level best to like make sure to keep MYST off A. It's again like they're just like, you know, they picked it up. But you know, that's some of the problems I feel like with AxG is that they're like communication is not there. I feel like, you know, there are some gaps. Again, like as you see it, like they just decided to like go back B and they just ended up losing A control, which is not the best of situations. And you know, unfortunately for Prodigy, he found himself at the receiving end of it. You know, what are your thoughts on the team game by AxG so far, Anav Khan?
Yeah, I think we've seen some moments where it's worked and some moments where it's not. I think that's where MYST has an upper hand in this grand finals and in this matchup and in this tournament in general. Their teamwork is consistently good at all times of the map, whereas we've seen some broken teamworks from some of the other teams, especially AxG. You know, when it's working for them, it's going really well, but sometimes it's just not clicking.
Yeah,
And as
but
I say
again,
that, the commentators curse yet again.
Yeah. I feel like we should be more negative against AxG because like every time these people, they just like prove me wrong. They prove everyone wrong. They're just like getting the 3 pieces. They're getting the important kills, and it's 12-5. I feel like AxG, they just did a phenomenal job in securing the defense. They're trying the level best to like get the last few kills. It doesn't look well for MYST right now.
I have to
not
say
gonna
here.
spawn back. Just take it away, Shabbat.
I have to say here that that was a very, very powerful play there by AxG to prevent anyone trying to progress through spawn. But somehow Programmer Router has made a big play here. He somehow creeped through to give MYST this round a little bit of hope, but not enough, unfortunately, as AxG finally showing how they actually can play. And can they keep this momentum up? Can they keep this positive vibe, this level of teamwork all the way through? They dominated throughout this entire round. MYST really struggled to capture A at the start. That made all the difference going into this B cap where they had barely any lives.
I
We're
want
really
to bring
looking at a
something
play
to your
here.
attention, Ismail. As you saw it was 12-5, but you know it was actually 12-3 when Yamin got taken down. But like, you know, the 3 men, they just took together and they made it almost the cluster round. They ended up getting the 5th tick, so it was basically a successful round for MYST. And you know, AxG, they should work on their teamwork for the rest of the finals because, you know, they're not playing around. They're not gonna give us any gaps to AxG for them to slip a win, and that's basically what we're seeing. And as you see it, it's a clean down by MYST, and they're gonna be pushing up for their spawns. But right with an important kill on Pro Gamer Router, but again Valor comes in clutch to trade. It's a situation where I just see like, you know, AxG, they're more spread out. They're trying to win their ones, and with MYST they're just trying to hold their lanes, you know, hold irons and like make sure that like AxG, they don't get any progress into anything. But right with a huge 2P, but gets taken down by Programmer Router. It's you know, it's a very misty situation right now at P1, and it's a potential like, you know, sluggerfest as, you know, the run continues. And MYST, they just have the life count to their, you know, advantage. They've got 22 against 16. You know, it's I don't know what to say. MYST, they're just like a well-oiled machine. I'm repeating myself, but like, you know, no other better way to explain it.
Seems like AxG have gained control again with 4 down from MYST.
It'll be interesting to see how MYST.
And they're all.
Go ahead, Astro.
Continue, Shubham. Yeah, and they've gone and take an A. Septic there, we saw he was trying to take an AxG member as body shield, but it didn't work out. He ended up meleeing him. As we saw in earlier series, that Septic, this guy, he loves to take that body shield. He's done it over and over, numerous times.
Yeah, I've been on the receiving end of that. It's not nice.
No, I wasn't on the receiving end.
Okay, listen. I've been on his receiving end, you've been on my receiving end, so it does work that way. Human centipede style.
Well, those are some funny insights by our very own Combox member Ryan Mannan, otherwise known as Hagus. And
Please, please, I am not otherwise known as Aegis. I am not.
Hagus indeed, Ark.
with a
I
color
do,
commentary, Miss
of
moves
course,
around.
I do I do appreciate you,
I
you
am
know,
not
bringing that
Hagus.
point to play. Hagus, my teammate, my duo, Hagus. He's very well known in the scene.
Looking
I'm
like the
Hagus.
Aegis Falcons right now, commentating over our grand finals. I wish I was playing in.
Absolutely, I must agree with you as well. I did wake up, and when I saw the poster, I did feel very disappointed in ourselves to be not playing this matchup. But hey, the competition is here, and you know we just have to level up and come back stronger the next time. So it'll be an exciting season and a long one. Yours. Sure, the keyboard warriors are enjoying themselves for this grand finals. But I just want to give my flowers, my fellow commentators, to two players, Septic T and Valor, especially Valor. You know, when we talk about Team MYST, I think a lot of the shine and the spotlight goes on to players like Yamin and Sharib, and rightfully so. But I think someone like Valor, who's struggling a little bit in this map 3, I must say. But you know, he has the highest ping in this entire tournament. Not by that much. I'm pretty sure he still like helps plays. But he's doing a really good job and has had a really phenomenal tournament. I think he's looked really comfortable on the map and he's very confident in the plays that he knows that he needs to make for his team to be successful. So I just want to give him his flowers, and Septic T as well. Vault control for Septic T, I think, is a great combination as we've seen in the past.
Enough, you've raised a very, very, very good point here. I think one of the biggest contributors to MYST being so successful is these two guys. Valor, who's reinvented himself almost compared to how we've seen him before in this sort of in these stages. He's played with different teams before, and he's been a completely different individual this time around. It just shows that he's comfortable with what role he's got in MYST, and he's got a good combination here. And with Septic T and Valor, the routes that they take, they're willing to put in the work, they're willing to put in those extra steps, those extra miles that a lot of players just out of laziness do. And that's the dirty work that you need for players like Yamin and Pro Gamer to make their own plays and thrive. So MYST has a deadly combo here. And it's showing at the moment with lives up by 3 for MYST.
Yeah, and I remember talking to Captain of Team MYST, Yamin, about the squad before the tournament started. You know, we were just talking about squads and everything, and I asked him like who their fourth was gonna be, and they weren't too sure at that time. And they said it's most likely gonna be Valor. So at that point, you know, when the tournament was starting off, they weren't even too sure about their starting lineup. And I think he's definitely you know, played his part really well and has established himself onto the starting spot for Team MYST.
But take nothing away from these AxG boys. You've got Khaleksan in there, who's a star-studded all-star player for 2024 of CDBL. He's got a lot of capability, he's got a lot of composure in himself, but it's just not enough, I guess. And the teamwork definitely has been lacking today. We've seen some really good work from them when they were up against ABT in the semifinals. That's the kind of team that we want to see here in this tournament, in this series. Just for the slightest of bit, it's lacking, and it's showing with MYST taking another round and taking another series and slowly but surely putting in the cement, putting in the foundation for their mighty return to the professional stages of Call of Duty in Bangladesh, and they're showing why they've always been the greatest. But AxG, do you have one answer back 1. Could you do it? As we go into map 4 to decide it all, can you do it? You still have one chance left, AxG. If you want to show anything, you have to do it once, and then you have to do it again, and then you have to do it again, and then you have to do it again. Because you have to take 4 back to back. Can you do it, AxG? Do you have it in yourself? We go into map 4. We go into... No surprises there. I think it's Hacienda. Guess what? It is Hacienda. So if you're tired of Hacienda, there's one more to come right after this one as well. So we go into Hacienda, map 4, with all to play for, but just in this map, AxG needs to bring it back. AxG needs to pull it back. Otherwise, MYST is running away with this 2025 title, the first title of the year.
Yeah, and Sharib with yet another fantastic scoreline, ladies and gentlemen. 4,500 damage dealt in that 4 rounds of control. And he had a total of 37 kills. So he's taking his total up to 97 kills in 3 maps of this Grand Finals. Wow, what a guy, what a player.
Thoughts on the stats?
Clear MVP frontrunner. This guy, he's got like a 1.64 KD on respawn. I mean, come on, this guy, he's unstoppable. I mean, Sharif, he's definitely like, no, I guess like this kid, no one is reading the game better than him. No one is playing the game better than him. He just knows his stuff. He's been playing. He's been grinding the game along with his teammates, and you know, he's just showing it. He's showing it how much like work he's put on, and you know, yeah, the outcome is obviously fruitful for him, and hopefully we see more of him in the future CDBL tournaments. Like I want to see him in champs, like you know, just grinding it out, like playing his best COD that he could possibly play. You know, he's entertaining. He's fun to watch. Yeah, hoping to see more of Sharib.
Kazakhstan tournament spotlight. Another talented player of the scene, still looking for his first win. Has made a couple of grand finals so far, has lost a couple of them, and let's see how this one goes, but not looking so good right now. Missed up 3-0. Reich, best in BD Reich tournament stats so far.